Since we just rolled over into the new year, I figured this was the perfect time to talk about Battlefield Redsec's New Year's resolutions. This game has a ton of potential, but there are a few things holding it back right now. I've put over 80 hours into the Redsec BR, most of that in duos, and I genuinely enjoy this game, so this isn't a hate video, this is just feedback from somebody who wants the mode to be great and sustainable. So let's talk bugs, balance, identity, and what I think Redsec should be aiming for in the new year.
Am I tripping or was that like...
What?
As a whole, these are in no
What?
particular order, but this
Whoa!
first resolution is what I believe to be the most important. Fix the bugs. Redsec has moments where things just don't work the way they should. For starters, there are serious pop-in issues. You can land in a building, see no loot at all, stand there a few seconds, and then boom, suddenly everything loads in. That should never happen, especially in a BR where the early looting feels tight. On top of that, there are countless visual bugs, melee animations that look completely broken, the ice pick's been behaving strangely, or pieces of your gun not loading where they should. Some of these can be amusing the first time you see them, sure, but when they're constantly interrupting the flow of your gameplay, they can wear you down. Vehicle drops are another big example. They'll occasionally spawn in with nothing in them, or turn into basic weapon or ammo drops instead of what you actually called in. Even worse, they frequently don't land where the smoke and indicators show, which can get you killed or force you into a much more vulnerable position than you intended. I understand the game doesn't want drops landing inside the buildings, and that's fine. If you throw it indoors, it shouldn't land there with that logic. But even when the drops are called outside and in open areas, they're still extremely inconsistent. It's better than it was at launch, but it's still unacceptable.
Yep, that's where this was.
Loot crates are another major pain point. You'll often open a crate and it simply doesn't open in game. You can't see what's inside. And sometimes you can't access the loot at all. Even when the crates do open, loot will occasionally just disappear or fall into the floor or into the void, never to be seen again.
There's an old sniper that just disappears, bro.
The weapon caches have just as much going wrong. Opening them with the bolt cutters will frequently reach the end of the progress bar and then nothing. Other times the bar will stop short, reset over and over again, and that is if you can even pick up the bolt cutters the first time.
Hello?
Airstrikes are another big example. The strike indicators show one thing, but if the terrain is uphill or downhill, the strike can land outside of that circle. It feels awful and unintuitive, especially when these high-risk, high-reward tools can get you killed due to this interaction. Warzone used to use interactions for their airstrikes, and those worked regardless of the terrain, which is how it should be. Airstrikes are very dangerous in their current state already, and the fact that I can't rely on the indicators makes me hesitate to use them in danger-close situations.
What? That's not where the fucking icon was at all.
Finally, I'm not sure if these are bugs or intentional, but the pings in this game are just wildly inconsistent. I find myself constantly spamming the ping button, waiting for it to actually ping what I'm trying to ping. I wish when there are enemies on the map and you ping near that, it would drop the ping at their feet. While we're here, I'd also like to see them add colors to the pings instead of numbers. It can be frustrating to not be able to easily tell whose ping is who when you're in the middle of a gunfight. Now, individually, some of these bugs may seem small, sure, but together they add up. When core interactions fail this often, it doesn't just annoy players, it drives them away. If Redsec is going to have any real longevity, these foundational problems need to be addressed as soon as possible.
Oh, it's 2 tanks.
Just a bit. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, maybe they haven't pushed that patch out yet, bro.
I don't think tanks should be removed, but right now there are simply too many of them per match. Their power is situational, but when you stack multiple tanks into the same late game circles, it becomes less about gunplay and positioning and more about praying that you found some anti-vehicle gear along the way. That didn't bug into an ammo drop. Tanks should feel impactful and rare. Exciting even. Not expected. Reducing how often they are contract rewards would immediately improve pacing and late game decision making.
Got it.
Yes!
Good fucking call. Holy shit.
Heli sounds like it's coming back.
No, 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 no.
Dude, Fuck off with that.
What are these other guys doing? Like, oh my god, bro.
This one might fly under the radar in the community right now, but vehicle-mounted machine guns need tuning. Right now, the ADS bloom is extremely low, damage output is very high, and in some cases it's outright oppressive. These guns feel more accurate than the loadouts at this point.
I think I got one.
The worst example of this is the transport chopper. Right now, the helicopter's guns feel way overtuned. The TTK is incredibly fast, and the accuracy that you can maintain while moving makes them oppressive in gunfights. The bigger issue, though, is how safe the helicopters feel. Pilots can fly aggressively, dive into hot zones, and even hover or land near active fights without much fear of punishment. In a battle royale, that's a problem. The vehicles should be powerful, sure, but they should come with real risk. At the moment, the helicopter feels like flying a turret instead of a high-risk utility tool.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
I've personally encountered a bug where I've been killed by helicopter guns without even being down first. Just instantly finished. That should never happen in a BR, and if a vehicle can erase you instantly with pretty much no counterplay, something's off. There's a reason that the players chasing kill records right now are all grabbing the helicopters first. When the best way to farm kills is a vehicle instead of gun skill, that's a red flag to me. Whether it's increased bloom, maybe reduced damage, more vulnerability to ground fire would probably be my preference, or longer exposure when reloading at the vehicle resupplies. Something needs to give. Helicopters should enable rotations and smart plays, not dominate fights with near zero downsides.
Fucking serious?
And in the road. On the roof. Different guy. Now the roof is fighting the guy that originally was shooting at me. I think you can get the res off. Just drag me away. That bomb drone. And it finishes me.
This mechanic needs to go. If you're down shortly after being revived, you're instantly killed with no second down state. It clearly comes from multiplayer, and honestly, it feels like it was just carried over without enough thought. In a battle royale, revives are a strategic time investment, and instantly killing a player after a revive removes comeback potential and punishes teamwork more than it rewards good play. In my opinion, this should be changed.
Literally not
I'm
even
there.
in your artillery range.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Guess it worked. Fuck. Oh, what the fuck?
It
On
worked
us.
out not in his favor. Like I just landed.
This, outside of the bugs, is where I think Redsec has the most room to grow. Right now, if you ask someone, what makes Redsec Redsec? The answers are kind of limited. Tanks? The instant kill circle? Maybe destruction? Maybe. But I'd like to see the devs take more risks with the unique BR mechanics. Something that makes players immediately say, yeah, that's Redsec. Maybe something like dynamic weather and time of day. Like one match it's a stormy night, or the next one it's a sunny day with windstorms that, make the helicopter harder to fly, and, parachute distances are further when the wind is at your back, and it's less when the wind is, going towards you. Or it even messes with bullet trajectory.
Oh my god, it's getting closer.
Well,
It can actually hit us.
maybe not trajectory, because that sounds more annoying than fun. But hopefully you can see my point. Other BRs have had weather elements before, but none that I can remember with a lot of variance. Hell, even adding in more of Battlefield's iconic Levolution moments outside of downtown could be nice. I don't think there's one right answer, and it's definitely not my job to come up with it. But I'd love to see Redsec take a few more risks. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it should definitely be bold.
They're both kind of.
Contact enemy infantry engaging!
Oh! Oh! The current map is fine, but that's kind of the problem. It's not very memorable. I've played over 80 hours of BR, and honestly, I can remember more about the contract locations and where things spawn at the seal than I can name most of the POIs. That's not a great sign for a mode that thrives on map knowledge and identity. I'd love to see major map iterations, more distinct POIs, or even a new map entirely. Familiarity is good, yeah, but freshness keeps the people playing.
Alright, first game on, that's not bad though.
Yeah, first game's not bad.
I'm not warm at all.
No. Dude, I just could not get a good angle on those fucking guys. Like, I hit them for 50.
That was a weird fight.
This is one of my biggest complaints. Right now, you need roughly 1,000 kills to fully unlock attachments on a weapon. In previous Battlefield games, that number was closer to 300 or 400. In multiplayer, that's already a major time investment. But in Redsec, that's a massive, unnecessary grind that can push people away from even playing the game because from a time investment perspective, it's not optimal for leveling at all. Completing contracts, looting, surviving, none of that gives weapon XP. And it should. Adding more XP sources would reward smart play, reduce burnout, and encourage engagement beyond just chasing kills. The grind doesn't feel challenging here. It feels unnecessary.
Two of them, there's two of them. Oh my god, it's 160. Fuck. Downed him behind this white crate.
Now, I'll admit, this one might sound small, but it can have a huge impact on gunfights. Fences. Right now, chain link fences are acting like bullet sponges. They're see-through, they look soft, but they constantly block shots, and that fundamentally changes how fights play out. Too often, bullets are getting eaten by fences, breaking hit consistency, and turning what should be clean engagements into what feels like coin flips. Not to mention, a ton of weapons have small mag sizes compared to the number of shots it takes to kill, so these can cause you to run out of bullets mid-fight in a scenario where you wouldn't normally. A really noticeable example of this is the solar panel area, right next to the seal, where fencing regularly absorbs rounds that should absolutely be connecting. Even weirder, if you melee the fence here, it often doesn't just break the chain link as you would expect from the rest of the map. It can also destroy the concrete barrier holding it up, which makes the interaction feel inconsistent and unfinished. It also completely takes away your cover. In my opinion, fences should be fully penetratable or break predictably and cleanly. Right now, they sit in an awkward middle ground that actively interferes with gunplay. In a BR where positioning and aim matter, that's something that needs tightening up.
80 flesh!
Putting in plates.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die to the artilleries, bro. Yeah, I know.
Down one.
Other one's close, east. Close.
Got his ass.
Nice!
Let's go, baby.
Kill streaks are another area where Redsec feels a little overtuned. Artillery, airstrikes, and other streaks are everywhere. You find them in every red and black crate, and they're still very common as mission rewards. To the devs' credit, it does seem like mission rewards were already nerfed a little bit. They used to sometimes drop 2 or 4 streaks at once, which was honestly wild. But even after that change, the streaks are still extremely common. The result is late games that feel less about positioning and gunfights and more about who can spam the most artillery in the final circle. Kill streaks should feel powerful and exciting, not expected. Reducing their overall availability would improve endgame clarity, reward smarter rotations, and cut down on unavoidable damage in the tight circles. Less spam, more intention.
Dude!
You've got new mission details incoming.
Fighting at ground zero. Oh my god, behind me. What? Oh, there's the fucking. What?
Okay.
Where did that shit come from? Dude, I didn't hear that fucking shit at all.
The final resolution is audio, because in Battle Royale, audio is information. Right now, audio in Redsec can be inconsistent, especially when it comes to direction and verticality. Footsteps, vehicles, and gunfire don't always clearly communicate where a threat is coming from. Above, below, around you, it's hard to tell. In chaotic moments like late game circles, vehicle pushes, or overlapping kill streaks, important audio cues can get drowned out entirely. And that makes some deaths feel random even when they aren't. This isn't about making footsteps louder, it's about making them clearer and more reliable. The devs have already pushed a patch to apparently address this situation, but I've honestly still had tanks that can roll up on me without me hearing them at all, or footsteps that sound like someone's above me but they're below me, or the inverse. Good audio should help players make better decisions. When to hold, when to rotate, when to take a fight. When the audio lies or gets lost in the mix, skill expression takes a hit. Cleaning up directional and vertical audio would go a long way toward making Redsec feel fairer, more readable, and more competitive, which is clearly there's something they're trying to do with the league that they are launching. Overall, fixing audio doesn't add flashy content, but it improves every single fight. And that's the kind of resolution that pays off all year long. I want to be clear. This game is fun. The gunplay is solid, and when Redsec hits, it really hits.
Yeah.
Some of these aren't deal breakers, but they're all opportunities.
80.
Even if only a few of these New Year's resolutions get addressed, Redsec BR could take a huge step forward in 2026. And that's what I'm here for. Let me know what you agree with, what you don't, and what you'd add to the list. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the final circle.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Yes, dude.
Hey, 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 hey. 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 Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, that sounded fucking
Join us on Twitch.
horrible. That sounded awful, bro. That sounded like complete dog shit, bro.